Hello there. This is going to be a tutorial on how to make custom maps for New Vegas Zombies. What you're going to want to do is make sure that you have all of the required plugins installed, and then launch the GEC with the GEC extender. Once that happens, you will be inside of the GEC. And the first thing you're going to need for a map is you're going to need a place for the map to be. So first idea that I've got for a map, just out of nowhere, was the Sierra Madre Theater. I feel like that would be a pretty good idea. And if you want to make a map out of an existing location, you go to whatever the location is, and then you duplicate the cell. And then you do not edit the original, you edit the duplicate. From there, make sure that you change it. Alright. And you'll want to clear it out of all of the irrelevant things, obviously. But for starters, you're going to want a way for the player to get to the map. And in order to do that, you're going to need a marker. So to do that, we're going to go to the script that actually takes you there. Now, the script that takes you there is the TP script, the NVZ TP script. And it moves you to a reference known as RML, known as map location. And the map location is created through a string. So you're going to want a reference to be named something like this. It's going to be NVZ map, a number, and then player spawn ref. So we'll just create an X marker real quick. We'll put it in this cell somewhere, wherever the start room might be. So we'll just put it here for now because I'm not actually going to do anything with this right now. But anyways, so we'll just assume BIM, like that, map 4 player spawn ref. So you do that. And next what you're going to do is you're going to want to set up parameters for how to get to the map. And so to do this, you're going to need to go to terminals. Because the way that this works is the config terminal is how we get to a location. Now, for this, you're going to probably need to make an extra terminal. So just edit the ID, and then hit OK and create new form. So it's going to be a completely new one, and we're going to call this one the NVZ feeder config. And so there's only going to be one map, and it's going to be theater. And so once you've done that, you've renamed it. It's a completely new thing in the world. And you're going to want to make sure that it has the correct script. So ICM basically means map number. This is map number 4, as we remember naming this item. So we're going to set this to 4. BL is the box location. You're always going to leave that at 1. Actually, Does that always stay at 1? I know most of them are at 1. That's besides the point. Just leave that at 1. This will be how many box locations there will be. So 4. That's on Sierra Madre. This would probably be more like 3. We'll make it 4. And then box location, you're going to want to make a reference for that. So we'll do that real quick. So what we're going to do here is we're going to copy this. You're going to copy the blue light. You're going to copy the box. You're going to copy the teddy bear. You're going to copy the lightning. And you're going to copy the little boards beneath. It might take you a few tries to get it right. Once you get it, Control C to copy it, and then head back to whatever your map is. And then put down your box location. So I'm thinking first box location will probably be up here. This seems like a pretty cool spot for the box. And then you're going to want to make sure that it obviously looks good. So spin it around a bit. I'll put that on. All right. Yep. I'm going to go in and edit this a lot later, because I'm actually going to release this, but it doesn't need to look perfect right now. Right now I'm just doing this for a tutorial real quick. Anyways, so you've got your box in a location. Now what you need to do is you need to give it a reference. Make sure you click on the box. Do not click on the light or the lightning or any of that. And then you're going to want to select that because we want to keep a standard naming sequence. And you're going to give it the number for the map after the M. You're going to want to give it the just number 1 if it's the first box location. If it's the second box, give it 2, 3, 4. Basically just determining on where it is in the map, you give it a number like that. So now when we click on this box, it has that that reference ID, which is basically a way that we can call to it in the script so we can use like teddy bears and stuff. But yeah, so that's done now. And what we're going to do before we forget is we're going to go to the form list. Actually, no. Never mind. That's not what we're going to do next. So if you want your map to have boss zombies, make sure this says 1. If you don't want it to have bosses, make it say 0. If it has boss zombies, what you're going to do here on add form to form list is go to where it says the zombie type, so like Hellhound or Leaper or something, and you're just going to change it to whatever kind you want. But if your map doesn't have bosses, you can just cut these 2 lines, or not those 2 lines, but you can cut out the one that says add form to form list boss zombies, because that's just for what kind of boss you're going to have. If you don't do that, you're not going to have any kind of boss zombie. What this here does is it clears the list of box locations so you don't get overlap from other matches. And then here, you're going to put the references into a list of where the box can be, but not the original location. So let's figure out where else the box can be. How about a spot right there? Like I said, this is all subject to change. This is just really so I can like show you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click that box, give it a reference. It's going to be number 2. And that's got to be the right number as well. Map 4. So we've got our second box location. I'll take my time with them actually. I'm definitely going to end up editing this. Give it a name. Location 3 ref. And this will be location 3. Make sure you save often. You don't want the get crashing on you. So what we just did there was by putting disable, enable, disable, disable, we're allowing it to enable wherever the box is and make sure only that box is available because the other ones will be invisible. And then you don't have to worry about the light or the teddy bear because those will automatically disable. So this is subject to change when I make it compatible for New Vegas multiplayer, but for the meantime, just leave this stuff. This is where you put whatever kind of boss zombie you want it to be. I want it to be a Hellhound, so I leave it as Hellhounds. Wait a sec. I just sworn we already had that in the list. Interesting. Okay. It's definitely listed twice, but that's no worries. Alright. So, let us showcase how these zombies will actually function. If you want barriers, you're going to want to go to the first map, which is NVZ World Space. However, I failed to realize that every time I want to select this for making new barriers, there's these little ammunition boxes I have to get rid of. I know, it's so stupid. Why would I ever choose ammunition boxes to try and remember which board comes off first? It's because I'm a visual learner. Anyways, so we've selected the barrier. We're going to go back to our map. Make sure you copy it. Go to wherever you want your barrier to be and paste it in. Make sure you bring it down and make sure that that red X marker is wherever you want the zombie to be coming from. Or no, never mind. Make sure that the purple box is wherever you want the zombie to be coming from. The X marker is whatever side the player will be on. My bad. So in this instance, the zombie will be coming from in there to the theater. And there's nothing more that you have to do. We'll add another level of detail. Say you want the power. You're going to want power switch. So it's an activator, and it'll be titled power switch. This is the one that was used in the first map. You could make your own one. Just make sure that it basically has a script. The biggest things are that you make it look like it opens. And the second biggest thing, which is more so the biggest thing, is that you set the power to 1. Make sure that using the switch actually turns on the power. It's a quest variable known as sPower, and it needs to be equal to 1. Now the power switch is going to look very tiny. Unless I ever update the model, in which case it might be big. You're going to want to scale that bitch up. So now, there is a power switch. I like to mark it as open by default, so that way the handle is upward. And another component that you're going to want to include is doors that you actually have to purchase. So this door, for example, it would just be a normal door. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of it. Actually, no, we're not going to get rid of it. We're going to turn it into a unique NVZ door. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the beginning of it, NVZ, and then whatever name you want to give it. And then you're going to want to give it the script, an object script of NVZ. And then door, and then the corresponding script, or points quantity script. So we'll say that this door costs $750. Basically, it's going to check, do you have enough points? If so, open. Now, if you don't want to do that, there are pre-made doors that you can just put in the map. For example, that's a door that you can put. You can orient it however you'd like. There's metal doors. The barbed door. Couch debris. And so the way that you make couch debris work is it's a little different than a normal door because debris has a script that checks for the lightning. You could set it here. Now don't be afraid about it being multiple things. It's just one thing. Alright, yeah. So what you're going to do there is place that, and then you're going to go to static, and you're going to look for electric. You're going to look for... Never mind. You're not going to look for that. You're going to go to wherever you put a mystery box, and you're just going to copy that little lightning bolt. All mystery boxes should have a little lightning bolt next to them. You're just gonna copy that. Unless you enabled Havoc like me, and then you're an idiot. You're not an idiot. I'm an idiot. Alright. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this little electric thing. It's called NVDLC 03 FX Electric Arc 01, or you can use really any kind of effect that you'd like. I just like to use that one because I think that it's very similar to what the game does for stuff floating away. And you're just going to want to move it into a position where it would look like it's kind of being, zapped up. So I think that looks good. And what you're going to do is you're going to pay attention to this debris script. Notice how it says get link to ref. Okay, we're going to settle this. We're just going to go to the Sierra Madre and look. So this is an example. Couch, linked reference is the electricity. Okay. And then the electricity's linked ref is the collision. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the couch. Have it selected. And then give it a linked reference. And you're going to give it the reference of that electricity. Make sure the electricity is marked as a persistent reference. If it's not, you cannot select the electricity. After you do that, you're going to want to create collision. To create collision, you click this little C at the top. Not the box one, the other one. From there, you just create a hitbox that would prevent players from jumping over the couch. This is basically what stops them from just parkouring it. Definitely make sure, though, that they can still click on the couch. You don't want to make it so they can't click on it. Otherwise, that would not be very good. And then, one last time, go to the electricity and make sure that its linked ref is the collision. Make sure the collision is also a persistent reference. And so with this done, you should have a fully functioning piece of debris that when you click on it, it'll shoot up into the sky. Similar to this, I just realized if you really wanted to, you could just copy all of this shit. That's the more in-depth way of doing it, if you wanted to really know the technicalities behind it. If you really wanted to, you could just go to one of these cells and just copy it. Copy the quick revive, copy the lightning, take it, come back. Could have sworn I saw a vending machine. Copy it like I did earlier. Make sure it looks decent. Quick Revive is the one perk that doesn't need the power to use. Perk machines are marked as activators. I think we'll put Juggernog in this miserable room. That sound good? I think that sounds good. Wasteland. GSC. Good Springs Cemetery. Go there. Get your terminal window open. Come down here. And right next to this, put your own custom terminal. This will allow players to actually see your terminal. So to troubleshoot where the issue is, just copy the script from your terminal and paste it into any random script. And then try and save it. And then when it fails, go to your message log and it'll tell you what line the error is on. So in this case, it's on line 25. So that's where it was. I forgot to change that number. Reference 4 does not exist. So I sabotaged my own script. Should work now. Promise. It'll work this time. It'll work this time. Hey. I never moved to their spawn location, but that's no worry. For more in-depth mechanics, feel free to contact me. Those are really the basic, most bare minimum things. See you on the flip side.